Hello everyone, welcome back to Journey Teachers. Here I am to talk about my Ashoka University's procedure. What else? Don't forget to subscribe to Journey Teachers. Yeah. Enjoy exploring. Enjoy exploring.
But it is the truth.
Enjoy exploring. Ta-da!
But it is the truth.
Application procedure, interview, the entrance test as well, and everything about the Ashoka University's process or how to get into Ashoka University, the offer letter, the result, and everything, literally everything. So here it goes. First, the application procedure. So I must tell you, the application procedure in Ashoka University is very long and it is very time consuming. We'll tell you further with the details. So here it begins. For applying to Ashoka University, you can simply go to Google and write Ashoka University, or the website, which is in my description as well, is www.ashoka.edu.in. The undergraduate program BA or BSc in Liberal Arts. Specifically, this video is for Liberal Arts in Ashoka University as an undergraduate degree. So BA, BSc in Liberal Arts. The first comes the personal and contact details, personal information, applicant's name, gender, date of birth, category, nationality, and you have to attach the domicile certificate, which is no, okay, not applicable or no. Attach the government approved ID card as well. It is must to be attached. Then the contact details, email address, alternate email address, contact number, okay, alternate contact number, telephone number, residential if you have, or if you don't have, so you can leave that blank. Permanent address, the address, country, state, union, and city or district, and postal code as well. Correspondence address, state or union, postal code, country, city or district, okay. Then comes the parent or guardian details, name, date of birth, contact number, nationality, email ID, highest level of education as well. And there was a separate table which was degrees earned and the institutions attended. You have to write accordingly. And employment category, field of employment. This is all for parents' details. Name of organization, designation, gross annual income in INR, and please provide further details of your parent or guardian's occupation, including position and a brief description. So you can write NA, not applicable. Okay. Then parent or guardian number 2, same, name, last name, date of birth, relationship, contact number, email ID, nationality, highest level of education, the same table, degrees earned and institutions attended, employment category, field of employment, name of organization, designation, gross annual income, and please provide the further details, okay. You can write NA in this as well. Other relevant information, have you lived outside of India for at least a year? Yes or no, okay. Then is the language proficiency, language and level of proficiency. So you can write as many as languages you know, and the level of proficiency. It is proficient, conversant, basic knowledge, or expert. So you can write accordingly. Do mention the more number of languages you know, like you know more languages, so mention all of them. It looks nice on your application. Then the question comes, do you have any siblings? Yes or no, and the number of siblings as well. The application procedure is quite long and it is very time consuming. Please be patient enough like I was. So the sibling number 1, first name, last name, date of birth. Why is the sibling details being asked? I don't know. Okay, class 10th, 12th, undergraduation, post-graduation, currently working. This is about the sibling. Fill in accordingly. Academics. Class 10th equivalent. Class 10th board, state, union territory, school attended, city of school, year of completion, and the year end or final exams. There is a proper table: subjects, score, grade, and maximum score or grade possible. Okay, so if there are 5 subjects, like in 10th there are 5 subjects, main 5 subjects, leaving the optional ones. So you have to write the name of the subjects, the score, and the grade, and the maximum grade possible, then the aggregate score as well, and attach mark sheet as well. Okay, now similarly class 11th, board, state or union territory, school attended, city of school, year of completion, and the year end final exams, the same table: the subject, score or grade, and maximum grade possible. Similarly, and aggregate score as well, all same, and attach the mark sheet as well. Okay, then comes the class 12th or equivalent, class 12th board, state or union territory of school, city of school, year of completion, school attended. And do you have your final class 12th or equivalent examination result released by your educational board? Yes or no? Do you have predicted scores or grades from school? Yes or no? And if you have those predicted grade for the board final exams, then the table for that is created as well. This predicted mark sheet has to be provided by the school itself, and you have to submit an application for that. So make sure you have that in advance. Prior filling this application, you must have your predicted score by the school, by the class teacher in your hand. So the similar table: subjects, self-predicted score or grade, predicted, counselor predicted, final score, and maximum score possible, attached mark sheet as well. All the columns are not mandatory to be filled, but you can fill 1 or 2, like predicted score or grade from school, and maximum possible would be 100 obviously, and predicted score you can write in the table. Not all the columns are necessary to be filled in. You have to attach the mark sheet as well. And then the next question comes in: use this space to list additional information related to your academic journey. For example, recognitions, awards, achievements, co-curricular projects, research papers or projects, etc. in no more than 100 words. 100 words is the word limit. You have to write your achievements, any kind of extracurricular activities, projects, research papers. Have you done any research papers? If yes, tell me in the comments below, and I would love to chat about them. Projects, your achievements. Now, please indicate if you have studied mathematics in grade 11th and 12th. Now, you know how important it is to study maths in 11th and 12th, because there is a separate question. There's a separate question: have you studied mathematics in your grade 11th and 12th? Yes or no? How important maths is to be studied specifically in 11th and 12th. So do suggest and advise your juniors to do so, and also advise them to take the SAT or ACT scores as well, because it cancel out all the individual entrance examinations to be held for individual colleges. Like if you have your SAT and ACT scores in hand and good scores as well, that depends on you and your preparation. Obviously that depends on you and your preparation more, but if you have them, then you are protected from giving individual entrance exams for each and every university. SAT and ACT scores are accepted by universities, so instead of giving the individual entrance exams, you can give SAT or ACT. You can present your SAT and ACT scores to them. It will save a lot of time, a lot of energy. Now comes the standardized test. New SAT, Scholastic Aptitude Test, is applicable, yes or no? Are you planning to take SAT in the future? SAT in the future? Yes or no? Then ACT, which is the American College Testing, is applicable, yes or no? Are you planning to take the ACT in the future? Yes or no? Okay. Then comes the non-academic activities and engagement. And there were total 5 columns to be filled. Yes. You can fill up to 5 columns, okay? So the name of the activity was there, name of the activity, duration, level of engagement, description and attachment. So this is the very important part of your application. You have to make a proper table. You have to attach the document as well. Name of the activity, duration, whether it is a month or whether it's in weeks or whether it is in years. You can write, you can specify in this. Level of engagement, practice or personal, or it was whatever it was. Description, some little in short describe something about your activity, and the attachment as well. So this was really important. Okay, you can fill up to 5 activities only. If you have your 5 activities ready in hand, then you can fill accordingly. But if you have less than 5, then it's okay. It's okay. Fill in whatever you have. And if you have more than 5, then just figure out which ones are more important to go into this application form. Now the next comes in. The next, which is name books that you have read which have an impact on you, and also their authors as well. Book 1, name of the book and the name of the author. You can fill maximum 5. Now comes the essays. In essays, there were 3 questions. Word limit, there were 3 questions. Word limit was given as well. So the first question is, we want to know and understand how you observe, perceive, think and engage with yourself and world around you. Respond to all parts of the following prompt accordingly. Reflect on a belief or opinion held by you which you questioned and examined. What initiated your questioning? Describe the intellectual process you undertook to examine this belief or opinion. Explain the results of your reflection and the changes you saw in your belief or opinion. And it is to be written in 400 words. Oh, isn't it a little complex? I understand it is complex. I read it twice. You can rewind. You can just go back and listen to the question again. It is difficult. Like, you have to read the questions and then prepare your answers accordingly. Think wisely and nicely and then prepare your questions accordingly. And you can take whatever time you want. I think I was able to fill the Ashoka application in 3 to 4 days or in a week or so, because it was quite long, and the material, the application, all the formalities, the forms, the predicted score, the essay material and that achievements table, it was all the material to be the information and the material to be written in the application, to be submitted in the application, has to be collected prior filling. So it took me much time to complete and finally submit the application. Have patience. It's okay. If you want the answer to this question, I have my answer with me. You can tell me in the comments and I will make a separate video or post the answer in the comments as well. If you want, tell me in the comments, okay? Now the second question is, I know it is a little complex, but please understand and respond to all parts of the following prompt accordingly. Okay, you have to write the answer very nicely, very accurately, and question by question you have to answer it. Like one by one you have to answer respectively and simultaneously. And also the first question, the word limit is 400 words. You can't exceed the word limit, okay? The second question, share with us an important personal experience which has significantly shaped you and your perspective or perspectives on life. Provide relevant details to help us better understand you. And the word limit is 150 words. Just the open. Describe any personal experience which you think that has shaped your perspective or your thoughts on regarding and about life. How do you perceive the situation which has impacted your life? The last question was in total 3 questions. So the last question was, think about the possible development, cause or innovation which you believe will impact the world in the next decade, and in what ways would you like to participate and add value to it. In what ways would you like to participate and add value to it? And the word limit is 150 words. just a hint, you can write something about the COVID-19, the lessons and teachings from COVID-19. And of course, it is going to impact the world in the next decade, like the lessons we learned, the improvements we have to make. So, if you want my help, like I have already gone through this process and I know what kind of questions and what kind of answers you can write, because I took help from experts as well, my mentors as well, my counselors as well, you can say. So just tell me in the comments, okay? The next comes in letter of recommendation. First name, last name, relationship with the candidate, email ID, organization, designation, phone number, and how long have you known the recommender. As talked in my previous videos as well, you need to have an active recommender so that your recommender do not miss out on the instructions given by the university. I remember my recommender got an email consisting of the points and the instructions. My recommender is my good friend as well. She's not only my mentor, but she's a good friend as well. Like a teacher come friend, you can say. The email wasn't shared with me, but she just told me that how the different points were asked. There were different points and there were different characteristics on how the question, how the answer has to be submitted to the university. Like how the recommendation of the particular candidate has to be submitted by the recommender to the university. There was a serial order, there was a specific pattern. So to have an active recommender who has that patience and who considers you worthy their time to apply to the university according to their conditions, okay? You understand? I'll try and also tell you the pattern or the questions asked. Now comes the survey. How did you hear about Ashoka University? And you can write other in this as well. If you have chosen other above, please specify. So you can write Ashoka University website. It is the safest and the why safest? It can be any mode, like it can be anything. How did you hear about the university? It can be anything, but I feel that it is appropriate to write a university's website. It gives a good impression. I think that. I'm not sure. Okay, you can do whatever. It is not a debate point. Have you ever attended the Young Scholars Program, YSP? Yes or no? Have you applied to Ashoka University before? Yes or no? A little left only. Now you have accomplished a major part and a very little is left. Now the question is, have you ever been implicated in one or more of the following? Please note that the information you provide will be kept confidential and not shared publicly. Selective information shared by students who are enrolled at Ashoka University might be shared with specific departments and offices with Ashoka University on a case-by-case basis for internal official purposes. Not applicable. Just write not applicable. Itna lamba chora thing. Just write not applicable or just select not applicable. Please provide the relevant details in not more than 100 words. Please attach relevant documents if any. Not applicable. Not applicable. It is a continuation of the previous question only. Now the main question comes. Course preference. Course preference. Please note, whatever you fill in the course preference, your interview will be based upon that. It is my humble request to you. Just fill in course preference very nicely. Even if you aren't sure, you can fill in whatever subjects, but your whole interview can be based upon this. Please fill in very nicely. I did this mistake. I just filled in randomly. Not randomly, but I just filled the preference number 1 I filled in, which was not according to what I should have filled, and it played a major part in my interview, and I'll tell you how, okay, in the next section, of course. So the course preference 1, 2 or 3, and there were quite many options, and you can fill in accordingly. Okay, support at Ashoka. So it is all about the medical problems and everything. A quick in between, subscribe and like my videos. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos. Continue watching. Are you dealing with any one or more of the following concerns which may have affect your academic or student life or may require special assistance at Ashoka University? And please fill in the details as well. Not applicable. If applicable, you have to attach the relevant documents as well. And the details of the centers on campus to assess students who are enrolled. Information will be kept confidential, not shared publicly. Selective information shared by students who are enrolled might be shared with specific departments. Please provide the relevant details. Please use the space below to share relevant information which has not been captured anywhere else in this form. This information can include circumstances or situations that might have led to educational, social or economic disadvantage. This is not a mandatory section, but any or all information shared by you will contribute to a holistic assessment of your application. If you do not have any, just leave it. Just leave it, okay? Get done with this. The last is the honor pledge. I-name- application number, agree that I have read and understood any the policies and instructions. So this is just an honor pledge and you are done finally with your application. Finally done with your application. It is not long if you have all the information collected and at one place. Predicted score if you have your certificates, the documents to be attached and the achievements, all the tables to be filled, the essays, if you have them ready then you can fill it in one go as well. Just take reference of my video or just open the application form, note down the questions and just collect all the information and the material required and just do it.